This is Rusman.
He is a villager.
He is enjoying his moment with the nature before leaving his village. Suddenly,
Encik, janganlah tebang pokok ini.
Maaflah dek, saya pun ikut arahan developer je.
Kenapa ni?
Ini bos saya tanya aja.
Encik, kenapa tebang pokok ini?
Ni tempat saya. Apa alasan awak saya tak boleh tebang pokok kat sini?
this incident has inspired Rusman to become an environmentalist in the future to protect the forests.
I want to cut down all the tree here at this spot.
Hey you, do you remember me from the past tense here?
Who are you?
I'm the boy that asked you to not cut the tree in my homeland. And now it's already flattened. You asked me why you should not cut down a tree, and now I'm gonna give you an answer.
Deforestation can cause habitat fragmentation. Habitat fragmentation is a process that divides or separates unbroken whole natural area into a few smaller patches. Anthropogenic activities such as landscaping and urbanization are considered as artificial habitat fragmentation. The large scale of habitat fragmentation may cause habitat loss, which is the most serious threat on wildlife species. Habitat fragmentation contributes to age effect, which the abiotic factors might be altered. This condition degrades the habitat, resulting in inadequate supply of food, water, and cover. For instance, the increases of light intensity and temperature will eliminate the shade-loving plants such as shrub and ground cover plant species in the forest. The herbivores in the area will steer away, causing starvation of large carnivorous mammals and increase the intensity of competition for limited resources. Hence, the overall population in the degraded habitat will decrease. Next, habitat fragmentation breaks the large area ecosystem to smaller patches. It restricts the geographical range of wildlife. Wildlife species tend to inbreed within a small populations, thus restricting their genetic diversity, where the wildlife will have high tendency in containing similar genes. It possessed the disadvantage to the population when a disease outbreak occurred, which eventually decreased the number of animals massively and led to a local extinction.
Look like I did make some mistake in this, cutting the tree here. How can we maintain the viable population for next generation?
Viable population is a population which are able to retain their vitality and evolve themselves for better adaptations. Law enforcement, education, and management are necessary in sustaining this population. In Malaysia, Wildlife Conservation Act 2010 is set to protect wildlife in many aspects in avoidance of the factors that drive wildlife to extinction. Besides, education is also another way to maintain viable population to the next generation. Educative programs such as those awareness campaigns, subjects related to wildlife and environmental conservation and management, conference can transfuse the knowledge to the public. Lastly, sufficient and effective management strategies are the key point in sustaining wildlife population. In situ conservation is one of the management strategies implemented in Malaysia. Preserved forests enables the wildlife to live in their natural habitat, at the same time reducing external factors such as human-wildlife conflicts. An example of human-wildlife conflict is the accidents involving the death of tiger at East Coast Expressway in February this year. In addition, provision of wildlife corridors and buffer zones enable the wildlife to have more spaces to move around to seek for their basic needs. Ability of wildlife to obtain mates for reproduction be likely to retain high genetic variation which aid in wildlife susceptibility to disease outbreak cases. Thus, a good managing scheme is essential to prevent population shrinkage.